Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video. Welcome to Moscow. I'm right in the center of Moscow today. Have a look right behind me, Dinamo Stadium, and we're gonna go see some football and hopefully see a Dinamo win. Now it's actually a Moscow derby today, so even if Dinamo lose, the other Moscow team wins. Let's go check it out. Let's have a good time. Let's enjoy some football. Of course, perhaps by now you've figured out that I'm actually at Dinamo Stadium, and have a look at this place. It's really, really cool. Now I'm here a little bit earlier than when the game starts, so lots of people are just milling around, maybe waiting for friends. There's a lady over here telling everybody which way to go in. And check out the digital screen up there. Now this stadium is quite unique. It's the only stadium in the world that's got a shopping centre built into it. Now what a dream for me. Now we're not going to go to the shopping centre in this video. We want to go and check out the stadium and enjoy the game. As I'm just about to go in, there's a lady on the megaphone over there letting people know which entrance to go into. Because it's a Moscow derby, they've got a little bit of extra security in place so that the two sets of teams, or the fans, don't get close to each other. Now I don't think today really anything's going to happen, but I guess they've got to take those precautions, and she's letting people know, depending on which team you're in, which is your entrance to go inside. Because there is actually a shopping centre underneath the stadium, they've got a very big food court there as well. So a lot of people who come early to the games actually go and have lunch or dinner there and then make their way into the ground. That way you can save a bit of money on some food and some drinks. But the only stadium in the world with a shopping centre. And what's my channel about, everybody? It's about tours of supermarkets and shopping centres and going to lots of different cultural events. So that's perfect. We want to go see the game though. Before I actually walk on in through the turnstiles, I've really got no idea what to expect out of going to the game today, apart from seeing some football. So pretty much this video is going to evolve as the day goes on, and hopefully it should turn out all right. If you didn't realize from the lanyard I have, I managed to get a press pass to come to the match today. Now I've been trying to get one of these for about a year, and then last night I got a magical email saying your accreditation is approved, come to the match today. So here I am. Now because I've got the press tickets to get in, I have to walk in through the media entrance, and of course, being that it's a fairly big game today, I think this is a sport channel is actually covering the event, and all of the things are set up for the match. And then the actual regular entrance for the public, or one of the entrances off here to the left-hand side, and then I can actually enter through a side door here just in front of me. Would it be a Saturday, and would it be a event in Moscow without shashlik? Now it's not really that big of a setup, but this is just the outdoor section where they've got some of the food, and everybody can just come here and relax. And they've nice. Thank you. And you can get nice cold juice and then have a look at the stadium. Wow, this is actually a very big stadium, and especially when you don't go to sport all that much, you get a bit overwhelmed when you first turn up. Now we are actually in a suburban area of Moscow, and you can see some of the apartments off in the distance. This is Petrovsky Park. It's a very nice area of Moscow, very close to the center of Moscow as well. Well, let's figure out how to get inside and get a little bit closer to the pitch. I think ultimately this will be a bit of a behind the scenes look at attending a football match because of the fact that I've got a little bit of different access to get into the stadium. And after a year of asking, finally I'm here. Doing a little bit more of the behind the scenes stuff. I know this might seem very trivial, but coming to a football stadium and coffee is 50 cents for a coffee. And then all the snacks in the machine here are all less than $1. And my favorite Bounty there for 70 cents. So very reasonably priced. At the moment I'm waiting for the elevator to go up, and I'm going to be going to the media working area. This one on level 3, and then they said you can go to level 6 as well if you want to sit in the commentary area. I'm not sure what that means, so we'll wait and see. Because I came very early to the match, there is actually a little cafeteria here, and I can sit down and have a sandwich. And I got some cookies as well, and a sandwich, and I can enjoy this before the game. After having a quick snack and meeting some other people that are part of the press, now we can get a chance to go out and see the stadium for the first time. This is really a very interesting stadium, and it's pretty hard to kind of get a grasp of it when you're here, because the first thing you see is, of course, a football stadium, and you know, the full capacity is 24,000, I believe, and then literally underneath the pitch and the stadium is a shopping center, which we saw briefly the entrance at the very beginning. And then there is actually also off to the right, you really can't see it of course, but there's actually an ice hockey stadium just around the corner here. And check it out, they're all doing their practicing and the sprinklers have come on. So maybe it's time for them to go back inside. Not a very big crowd here, and the one thing that's very normal is loud music and loud announcers. However, that's a part of coming to any event in Russia. You just have to deal with it. And I'm going to see if I can figure out where my seat is now. Looks like I found the way to go. There's actually some stickers on the floor that tell you that the media can keep on walking. And the only thing is, I've come here alone, of course, just me, to make the video. And all the people that are here that are part of the media and the press have been here many times, and I'm walking around really with no idea where to go. Now there is signs on the doors, but you know, you've really got to figure it out a little bit yourself. The snack stand, let's have a look what they have. Now, anyone can tell me what's going on with Heineken and Heineken not being in Russia. Yeah, the fridge right over there. And it's right on the door. And you can get hot dogs, chicken nuggets, pretty normal fast food for a football stadium. All right, let's head on outside. Now, I do feel like I'm very out of place here. Looks like we've come at the time right as they bring in the team flag out. Check that out right there. All of the TV media and all of the cameras are here. Very interesting. So this is the, of course, Dynamo fans on this side. And then for Lokomotiv Moscow, they're just here, and not too many of the away fans. Wow, how cool is this? Really and truly. of the other media here. Basically exactly how I came in. Everybody else came in the same way on this side. And then literally the regular seats right alongside where I'm sitting. Very cool. And then they've got the team song playing right now. Wow. You can see exactly what the TV is seeing right here. So the players have come out onto the pitch. Now this video isn't really about the game. It's more about the atmosphere and a little bit behind the scenes. Been able to come to see a match and a little bit about what goes into it and things like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure I won't catch a goal, and just the background music alone is very loud for YouTube, so I was hoping they were going to do a national anthem, but it looks like they're not. And they're going to go straight out onto the pitch and play. You can just see the two captains there doing the coin toss. And then looks like they're going to get underway exactly on time. There's a few more people come into the stadium, but I wouldn't say, perhaps it's more than half full. Now, having a look, of course, on the other far side, there's a lot of seats taken up. And then at the away end, there's just a very small, dedicated group of fans. It's really interesting seeing the game from this point of view, and where all of the TV cameras are set up, and essentially live broadcasting the match. And then you can see all of the different types of media here sitting in the different seats all the way up to the top. Really fascinating. I mean, there is quite a few different media outlets, I would imagine, that are streaming the match. And then, of course, it's broadcast live on Russian television. It's really a great spot to come. Just how simple some of the setup is. The guy here's just got a little handycam. And that's about it. So I was just about to press record. I know you're not going to believe me, but... And they had a corner, Dinamo did, and they scored off a corner. And they actually played it short, and beautiful strike. Wow. And the fans are going wild. And they call out his name, and everyone has to call back his last name. Wow. I was just about to press record. So we're now into the second half. It's actually 1-1, so Lokomotiv actually scored in the first half, and the crowd is still going strong, especially the Dinamo fans over here behind the goal. These are the real passionate fans, I would say, of the team. And it's actually quite a close game. These two teams finished 3rd and 4th on the ladder last year, so it's actually quite a close match in terms of the teams playing each other like this. I don't have the best view of the whole pitch, but I can't complain. It's a great spot to watch it from all, either way. Again, I'm a little bit off in my timing, but Dinamo just scored off a corner. Actually, there was potential like interference leading up to the corner, but very nice. And the crowd are going nuts now. A few people are coming in here. Wow. Number 5. I love the commentator. He's got like such deep voice when he's doing the calling. So they just announced the crowd attendance, 15,126. Now the capacity is about 24,000 for the football, so good turnout. Maybe for the away team not so many people, but for the Dinamo fans, of course, it's a home match. It was very well supported, and you can see the very passionate fans behind the goals are still cheering away even with only a few minutes left. So we get to full time and let's see what happens. So full time has just been called and Dinamo won 3-1 in the end, and a good win for sure, and the crowd really appreciate the win. And actually all the players are around the center circle right there, waving to everybody. And all the media downstairs. I'm not sure if I can get a little bit closer to some of the players. Let's see. I'm not sure. Maybe. But either way, it's been a pretty good match. And all of the... Oh, check that out. They have a bit of a ritual at the end, I think. Now there is actually some general public seating on this level where I'm standing, but most of it's on the tier below. And then of course on the opposite side. Very good. And that real core supporter group right there behind the goals. Very nice. There we go. How cool is that? So I've just come back down to the third level, which is where I came when I first walked in. And they've actually got the press conference room right here, so we might go in and check it out. And maybe there might be some players. I'm not too sure. I do feel a little bit out of place here, but no worries. So let's go and check out what's happening. I think because we've come in here so close to the end of the match, everybody's just chilling out. But how cool is this? This is where they actually will have the press conference, and I'm pretty sure maybe the coach, maybe some of the players will come up on the stage here, and then all of the people ready to ask questions. And I'm not sure what's going on. You know, they won, right? 3-1. And I did notice there is some Lokomotiv media here as well. They do have some tears in their eyes though, so I might have to find some tissues for them at some point. But it looks like there's more Dinamo supporters here than there is from Lokomotiv. No worries. How cool. I'm in the press room. Does anybody think I should ask questions to the coach? Do you think he'd even understand if I ask him some questions? What do you think? Should I? Maybe I'll just sit in the corner and be quiet, I think. So I just sat through the press conference. I think perhaps it was one of the coaches for Dinamo. And of course the whole thing was in Russian. So I took away about 3 words from the whole press conference. And interesting, one of the guys here has presented a t-shirt to him. Hopefully it says nice things on the shirt. How cool is that? Good job. Out of respect for both teams, I actually sat through both press conferences, although I really didn't understand too much about what they were saying. The press conference didn't go that long. It was only about 10 minutes for each coach. Have a look at the beautiful sunset there off in the distance. Very nice. There's actually a park just across the street, which is very beautiful to walk in. And then we can see here Dinamo metro station. And then we can see back to the stadium. And now because the reflection from the sun is coming off the buildings, very beautiful. So perhaps this might not have been the most exciting of videos. I really enjoyed coming to the game. I only got information about it yesterday, and I've been trying to come for so long to a game as part of the press or media. I just find it difficult to come to a game and then film it So coming as press and then just really doing more of behind the scenes part of it. It's just more interesting for me. Still quite a few people around. Because the shopping centre is right here, it's obviously quite a popular place to come even when there's not a match on. Because it's actually quite a nice shopping centre. If you want to see a separate video of that place, I can perhaps come back and do a bit of a tour. The only stadium in the world with a shopping centre inside, or underneath the pitch, which is just staggering. I mean, the behind the scenes part where I was going up and down between the levels and through the different, I guess, out of bounds areas or crew areas is what we'd call it on cruise ships. It was really very interesting. Because this place is a multi-sport stadium, they also have a place where they do boxing, and there's also a full ice hockey stadium here as well, which is pretty interesting that it's in the same building. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I know it's not probably what I normally do as videos on the channel. This is a bit more of a blog or vlog style, so perhaps a little bit different. If you want to follow me on Telegram, there's a link right now here to click, and you can see some of my daily content that I post. And then if you want to see an old video, what I'll do is I'll show you one of my worst performing videos on the channel, which is when I went to watch the Australian women's team play football in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Click that link and keep watching football videos. Okay, everybody, I'm off on that adventure. Bye.